Yes, guys, and welcome to THFC Till I Die, home of Tottenham past, present, and exciting future, of course, under Thomas Frank. And yes, this is your predicted lineup for Tottenham's game on Sunday against Aston Villa as the Premier League returns, thank God. Over are the international breaks, over are the distractions of international football, which is as boring as hell. If you're an England fan, congratulations on reaching the World Cup. If you're a Spurs fan, if you're an Ireland fan, then yeah, less to say about the international break, the better, I would say. Just leave it where it is, leave it in the past. Um, let's get on with it as I pour myself a nice little bit of orange, cold orange and water as I give you my predicted lineup. And yes, it is going to be an interesting game against Villa. A few players coming back from injury, which is great news for us. And really, Thomas Frank really hasn't got much of a decision to make. I think the back five talks itself. I think your midfield three is going to be important. Who do you put in that under 10 role? We did see against Leeds, he did put Xavi Simmons there. But will he put Papa Sade? Will he revert Ukit Simmons there? And of course, the front three really needs improving. Of course, we all know that. We know Richarlison's not the answer to our problems up there. We know Solanke is coming back. So the sooner he's back, the better. But we do need to improve. But this is the predicted lineup I have picked. And I hope you like. I've just tried to do it a little bit better for you guys, so you actually get to see the players make me a bit smaller and put the predicted 11. And there it is in all its glory. I'll start with a back five with Vicario in goal, Romero, captain Argentinian Bulldog, leading the team out with Mickey van der Ven, Jed Spence coming in instead of Udogie. Now, why I've done that is I just think Jed Spence is a better left back at the moment than Udogie. I think he's well ahead. I think he's had a good start to the season, and I just think I prefer him there. I prefer him playing in that left back position than Udogie. Though Udogie's not a bad player, but I just think Spence and Simmons have a bit more of a connection down that left hand side than Udogie and Simmons do. But maybe I'm wrong, so let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. I think on the other side, Porro and Kudos have made an absolute brilliant start as a twosome along that wing. Kudos does more work than Brennan Johnson. Coming back does his defensive work so much to help Porro out. And Porro, for me, is having a good season as well. You're looking at the back two, Romero and Van der Ven. Well, you can't get no bigger centre backs than them two. I honestly think, as a defensive duo, as a centre back partnership, they're probably one of the best in the Premier League. I can't think of any other partnership in the Premier League that are as good as Mickey van der Ven and Romero. Again, let me know in the comments and the sections below if you agree or disagree with that comments. Look, Vicario, we know he hasn't had the best of seasons. I read somewhere in an article this morning that they were talking about Kinski and him regressing a little bit. And I'd be a little bit worried if he's starting to regress. And then that asks the question then, is he the number two that we can depend on when we do drop or rest Vicario? Look, I said it last night. I think Vicario does need replacing eventually. I don't think he's the next keeper to take us on for the next 6-7 years. His shot stopping abilities not in question. It's his decision making and the way he distributes the ball. Instead of catching the ball, he's punching it and flapping it. He's led to a few goals of us conceding. So, in my view, look, of course, you start against Villa. I mean, and it's a no-brainer. But I think if you're looking to improve, I think we need a better number two. Either that, or you give Kinski a go. You give the nod to Kinski, get him in a few games, see what he's like. But look, the back five has been that back five all season, and it's solid enough. So I think you stick with the same back five. The midfield tree, I haven't started with Simmons in the middle. I just feel I see Papa Sarr does well there as well. So we haven't got a left winger until Kula comes back. So that's my decision. Start Sarr in the middle. The 2 6s, no question. It's a no-brainer. Paulinho and Bentacle play well together, complement each other very well, building a friendship, building a relationship in that double pivot as well. So for me, I think it's a no-brainer, them two. the 10 could be a question, and yes, I could be criticised for putting Sarr instead of Simmons there. But to be fair, who do you put on the left? You could put Richie on the left, which he has played there for Everton. You could put Tell on the left, but I don't think Tell is a left winger. I think he is more of a striker than he is a winger. So I think Simmons does a play across the front tree. So that's why I put Simmons there. But maybe you might disagree with me with that. Maybe you might not agree with that. So let me know if you agree or disagree. Kudus on the right is a no-brainer. I think he's been absolutely fantastic since he's come to Tottenham. I don't think he's had a bad game. He's had a few games where he's gone a bit quiet, but I think largely he's been very good in the first sort of 7 games for us. So long that may continue. And then, of course, Richarlison up front. Really don't have much option up there, do we? We know Kolo could return now. Will he start on the bench or will Thomas Frank start him? I did sit down and think about the front line and who would have play up front. And every instinct in me, if Kolo is ready to play, put him up front. But I just thought maybe bring him off the bench after an hour. Give him half an hour. Let him get into it, especially with the game on. I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. We're away to Monaco. You may see him start there. But that is my 11, guys. Let me know what you think and let me know what changes would you make. Are you happy with the 11 that I've picked? Are you happy with the predicted lineup? You know, would you put Simmons in 10? Who would you put on the left? Would you put Tell on the left? Would you put Richie on the left and put Tell up front? Would you start Kolo ahead of Richarlison? There's lots of questions. But it's good for a manager to have these questions, isn't it? It's good for a manager to have these dilemmas. To have when you're picking an 11. If you're like Ange Postecoglou last season, putting round pegs into square holes, then you got a problem. But I think Thomas Frank's got a nice problem. Who does he pick? And look, I think this team can beat Villa. I really do. I think we can. I think whoever starts on Sunday, I think we're good enough to beat Villa. Villa haven't had a great start to the season. We've had a better start. And I can see us only running out 2-1 winners. So that is my score prediction. Guys, let me know what you think. We are back later. Tomorrow with a pre-game thoughts for you members. So you members get a show all to yourselves. It will be put out later that night for non-members. Also, there is a new show starting, a video coming out, I think tomorrow morning, Down at the Lane. I think it's called Down at the Lane, where I look back over the history of Tottenham Villa games, look a few match facts as well. And of course, then pre-game thoughts. Then Sunday, we've got Before the Whistle, we've got the watch along, and then match reactions as well, guys. So we've got a lot coming up over the weekend as we build up to Villa. And then it all quickly gets wiped away Monday, and we all build up the Champions League. So lots of football coming over the next, I think it's 7 games over the next 22 days or 20 days, 7 games. So we've got a lot of football. A lot of shows coming up, a lot of content coming up for you guys. So do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe if you can, hit the notification bell, and also pick up your memberships. Only 99 cents or P for all your members. Those shows that are coming up soon as well. Guys, thank you all for watching. Come on, you Spurs. In Big Thomas Frank, we trust. We never stop. 2-1 the Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Eyes on the